complete your self-assessment tax return, self-employed pages with me. We're going to go through who needs to complete the pages, where we're going to find the information, and we're going to make sure everyone's claiming all the allowable costs that they should be with examples. I'm focusing on the short pages instead of the long pages. You're going to be completing the short pages if your turnover is less than £90,000, so you're not VAT registered. Turnover is money that we receive for our goods and services before we take off any costs. If you have over £90,000 of turnover, you've probably incorporated a limited company or you have an accountant doing these types of jobs for you. Who's going to be completing this is people who are truly self-employed. This is not for company directors who take out a small salary from their company. Business details, very obvious. You're filling in your business details. Not going to go into that in too much detail. Box 8 is talking about the cash basis. I'm assuming for the purpose of this video, everyone's using the cash basis. It's a very easy way to calculate your profit and loss for your self-employed income. You're basically not making any accounting adjustments that you would be using traditional accounting methods. So you are taxed as you receive money and you get tax deductions as you pay out money for different things that you require for your business. Business income, so your turnover, which is the money that you receive for your goods and services before taking off any costs. Very obvious, put that one in there. Business income not included in box 9. So this would be something like, say I rent out a garage and I have a free bay for somebody else to use and I don't require that for my business, so I kind of sublet it, then I'd pop that amount of money that I get for that into that box. Box 10.1 is trading allowance. That's going to be £1,000 for everyone. If you have multiple self-employed businesses that you run, you can't have multiple £1,000. It's £1,000 per person. That is it. Allowable business expenses. Let's have a look at them. I'm not going to go through every single one. Lots of these are absolutely obvious. Now, I'm just going to go through the ones I see most commonly missed. Because we're using the cash basis, equipment and tools are allowable expenses. You don't need to mess around with capital allowances. Stationary phone and office costs, so include your printering, computer software, postage, rent, rates, power, insurance. Make sure you're claiming that home office use cost. I have a whole video that's going to tell you how to calculate this exactly. If you can't be bothered going through it because it's a big hassle, make sure you're claiming a simplified expense, and that's based on the amount of hours that you work from home every month. Just make sure you're getting something down because it's super easy. It takes 2 minutes to do the simplified method, and it's not worth missing a tax deduction just because you can't be bothered. Clothing expenses, so that's uniforms with your logo on and protective clothing. So that wouldn't be like this jumper I'm wearing now, even though I wear it to the office only. I can't have it. It's just a plain jumper. It's not a uniform. Car, van, and travel. Now, something important to note here is, particularly in this section, you might be using your vehicle for private use as well as business use. Now, when we're doing that, we can't claim 100% tax deduction because we have an element of private use with that item as well. Any item, doesn't have to be a car, could be anything, could be your laptop, but you need to make sure that you are taking off a suitable percentage for private use. So for your car, van, and travel, you can claim things like insurance, repairs and services, fuel, parking, hire charges if you're taking out a hire car, you're going on a business trip and you need one, hotel rooms, and meals on overnight business trips. If calculating out the business use percentage of your car is just too much hassle, then you can use simplified expenses, which is based on mileage. So depending on how many miles you do for business purposes, you get a tax deduction based on that. Can save, again, a lot of hassle. Buying a vehicle, you can claim capital allowances on this if you are not using simplified expenses. Staff expenses, so agency fees, employers' national insurance contributions, and training courses to get them trained up to do whatever it is that you do. And on the next page of the return, we are literally just calculating out our profit and loss. A lot of the time, the number is the same, dropping through here. A little section here to bring your attention to is the capital allowances section. You're using the cash basis, so you're probably not going to need to complete this section unless you've bought a vehicle. And it will bring us down finally to our total taxable amount, and this is the amount that we are going to be paying tax on and also going to be paying our national insurance contributions based on. If anyone wants any more information about losses and how they will affect your tax return, then let me know. Happy to go through it. Any questions, leave them in the comments.